The plane soared above Quezon City, and Mama gazed out of the window, mesmerized by the shimmering city lights below. She noticed a familiar glow of Quezon City Circle. Its iconic circular park, beautifully illuminated, stood out against the darkened landscape. The monument's lights formed the perfect ring, creating a nostalgia as it reminded her of past visits and family and friends moments spent there.
Lungsod Quezon aming mahal, araw mo ay saganang tunay.
The cabin crew graciously approached her and offered a warm, neatly folded towel. Its comforting heat made Mama relax, allowing passengers to refresh themselves during the flight. How do they make the towels warm? Or do they just hold it in the heater and then somehow the heat just sticks into the towel? The cabin crew began distributing the in-flight meals. Mama flown in economy class, which offered a pleasant journey with complimentary beverages and snacks. The food they provided was ham and cheese bun. The bun is a soft, slightly sweet bread with a filling of savory ham and melted cheese on top.
Yummy!
And banana. I guess I don't need to elaborate more about this yellow fruit, apart from its flanderization by the internet and its depiction of, oh really? The bread itself has a golden brown with a tender and fluffy interior. Inside, the ham is thinly sliced with salty, savory flavor, while the cheese is gooey and melted, adding a rich, creamy texture. The combination of bread, savory ham, and melted but not melted anymore cheese creates a delicious contrast.
Yummy!
The meal service on the flight was fairly basic, with a simple treat, especially given the short duration of the flight. It was just enough to satisfy her hunger, and she appreciated the effort to provide something even for the brief journey. Despite the lack of a built-in entertainment system, Mama found the journey more peaceful, without the distractions of movies or shows.
Yeah!
As the flight progressed, the cabin crew distributed immigration arrival cards to passengers, including Mama. The card asked for standard details such as her passport number, the purpose of her visit, and her destination address. Mama settled into her seat, taking a moment to fill out the information neatly, making sure to double-check her details before writing. As the aircraft began its descent, Mama gazed out of the window, eager to catch a glimpse of the landscape below. In the darkness, the city lights gradually emerged like stars on the ground. The aircraft glided lower, the outlines of roads and buildings beginning to materialize more clearly. She could see the twinkling lights of the city, and she was getting close to her destination. The cabin began its descent further, and she straightened her seat, preparing for the final approach. Touchdown at Xiamen International Airport. As the plane taxied to the gate and the seatbelt sign was turned off, Mama gathered her belongings and prepared to leave the plane. She followed the crowd towards the jet bridge, stepping into the terminal. Upon entering Xiamen International Airport, Mama was immediately impressed by how well organized and how modern the terminal is. The building's spacious design was both welcoming and efficient, and large windows that allowed natural light to flood the interior. Yeah, that was her thoughts as if it was daylight. As she moved through the terminal, she noticed the signs in both Chinese and English, which made navigating the airport straightforward and stress-free for international travelers like her.
That was awesome!
These signs guided passengers with clarity, directing them to key areas such as baggage claim, customs, and immigration with ease.
Nice.
As Mama approached the immigration counters, the officers at the counters were approachable and efficient, with her paperwork in order, and he stamped her passport. Mama needed to claim her free accommodation, which had been offered as part of her travel package. Not entirely sure where to go, she decided to approach one of the Xiamen staff personnel for assistance. She spotted a friendly-looking staff member in her uniform standing near the immigration desk and walked up to ask for directions. The staff member greeted Mama with a warm smile and, without needing any explanation, immediately pulled out her phone and showed her a translation in English. The message on the phone clearly indicated where Mama could go to claim her free accommodation. Mama walked towards the baggage claim carousel to collect her bag. Mama needed to check out her checked-in baggage after the first leg of her flight. This is a standard procedure for transits through Xiamen Air, where passengers must claim their luggage at the baggage conveyor belt just right after through immigration, and then recheck it for the next flight. The airport was well organized, and she quickly located the baggage claim carousel and grabbed her bag and made her way towards the counter to claim her accommodation details. As Mama walked towards the counter to claim her free accommodation, she couldn't help but notice how nice and clean Xiamen Airport was. The floors gleamed, and the modern and simple design of the terminal made it feel spacious and welcoming. The walls were well maintained, and the entire atmosphere felt calm and organized, making Mama feel at ease as she moved through the airport. Mama joined the queue at the counter, where other passengers were also claiming their accommodation. Uy! Philippines! 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 Wow! Their line moved quickly and soon it was her turn.
Okay, you need to check out your room at 2 p.m., okay?
Yeah.
Take care.
She was greeted by a friendly staff member who welcomed her with a smile and assisted her promptly. Mama handed over her passport and the staff member took it. The staff member handed Mama a printed sheet of all the important details, including the accommodation, location, and transport arrangements. She thanked the staff member for their help and made her way towards the transport area. Upon arrival, another staff member greeted her with a friendly smile and immediately directed her to the bus transfer she needed to take. It was a seamless process and Mama appreciated how effortlessly everything was being handled. She didn't even need to speak. The staff member simply glanced at the printed paper she was holding and pointed her in the right direction. As Mama boarded the bus heading to her accommodation, the city lights shimmered against the dark night. The bus was clean and comfortable and she gazed out the window to take a look at the nighttime scenery. Mama couldn't help but be reminded of her time in Singapore. The modern infrastructure with its neatly paved roads, sleek overpasses and well-maintained roads felt strikingly familiar. It's familiar because she used to work there. The city's attention to cleanliness, along with the shimmering glow of the city lights, brought back memories of Singapore's infrastructure. Mama admired how both cities balanced functionality and beauty. Finally, the bus arrived at the accommodation and Mama stepped off the bus. She walked straight to the hotel reception desk where a polite staff member greeted her. She handed over her passport and the staff promptly began the check-in process. The hotel staff welcomed her, swiftly guiding her through the check-in process. After verifying her details, the staff returned her passport and handed her a key card explaining the amenities and room details in clear, simple terms. Mama listened attentively, nodding along as they described the complimentary breakfast hours. Another free thing. We all know Mama loves free stuff.
Free me!
After completing the check-in process and with her key card in hand, Mama made her way to the lift, elevator if you have a personal grudge against this four-letter word, eager to rest.
Mas maaga. So, mga 6:30. Okay. Good night.
With a gentle swipe of her card, the door unlocked and Mama stepped inside and began her mini room tour. She was greeted by the cozy space that would be her home for the night. The room was clean, with 2 large beds neatly made. A sleek table with a comfortable chair sat near the window with complimentary bottled water. She noticed the soft, warm lighting that made the space feel even more relaxing. There was a long side-mounted desk where you can study or write. Or edit your videos. Wink, wink. The beds have a small hanging lamp. The bathroom was equally impressive, with fresh towels, travel-sized toiletries, and a spotless glass shower. She began preparing herself for a restful night. She removed her shoes, leaned onto her back, and gently twirled her feet in small circles, stretching her ankles to relieve the tension from the journey, and it was then followed by removing her socks. Mama, please don't show your feet to the camera. Please don't. Mama had a warm shower and she changed into her comfortable sleepwear. She made sure her essentials were within arm's reach, placing her phone and charger on the bedside table along with her travel documents for safekeeping. Finally, she sank into the bed, stretching out with a satisfied sigh, knowing she could finally rest before her next adventure.
Good night.